Watch this now, you are not alone. Jesus' motivation is a powerful emotional message that is meant to reach you in the exact moment when you feel tired, lost, or alone. It starts with, "Watch this now," which creates urgency and makes you feel that this message is important and meant for you at this very moment. It is like a pause in your busy or stressful life, telling you to stop and listen because something meaningful is about to be shared. The next part, "You are not alone," is the heart of the message. It speaks directly to your emotions, especially when you feel like no one understands your struggles, when you feel isolated even in a crowd, or when you are silently dealing with pain. It reminds you that your feelings are valid, that others go through similar struggles, and most importantly, that there is always some form of support around you, even if you cannot see it right now. The message connected to Jesus Christ adds a deeper spiritual meaning, emphasizing hope, love, and faith. It tells you that even in your darkest moments, there is guidance and strength available to you. This message is not saying that life will suddenly become easy, but it is reminding you that you don't have to face everything by yourself. When you truly understand this, your mindset begins to change. You feel a little lighter, a little calmer, and a little stronger. You stop feeling completely isolated and start believing that you can get through this phase. In simple terms, this message is a reminder to pause, breathe, and reconnect with hope, because even when life feels overwhelming, you are supported, you are understood, and you are not alone in your journey. As you begin to truly accept this message, something powerful starts to shift inside you, your feeling of loneliness slowly begins to fade. The teachings of Jesus Christ remind us that even in silence, even when no one is physically around you, there is still guidance, comfort, and strength with you. You may not always see it, you may not always feel it clearly, but it is there. This understanding changes your mindset. Instead of feeling completely alone, you start to feel supported. Instead of feeling lost, you start to feel guided. You begin to realize that your struggles are not permanent and your situation is not the end of your story. Slowly, your mind becomes calmer and your heart feels lighter. You stop overthinking every problem and stop blaming yourself for everything that goes wrong. Because now you understand something very important, you don't have to carry everything on your own. This is where real healing begins. You start trusting that even when life feels confusing, there is still a path being created for you. As this belief grows stronger, you gain the courage to move forward. You don't stop when things get hard, and you don't break as easily as before. You become more patient with yourself and more hopeful about your future. And this is the true power of this message. When you truly believe that you are not alone, you find a strength within you that helps you keep going, no matter how difficult the journey feels. As this belief grows deeper within you, you begin to experience something even more powerful, a quiet inner strength that stays with you in every situation. The teachings of Jesus Christ remind us that true strength does not come from outside circumstances, but from the faith you carry inside your heart. You no longer feel as weak as before. You no longer feel completely broken by problems. Because now, you have something stronger than fear. Backhand index pointing right, inner stability. My dear friends, this is where your transformation truly begins. You start facing challenges with a calm mind. You stop reacting with panic. You start responding with patience. Even when life feels uncertain. You don't lose yourself like before. Because now, you trust that everything will eventually make sense. You begin to understand that not every delay is a failure. Not every struggle is a punishment. Sometimes, these moments are shaping you into a stronger person. And slowly, your confidence starts to grow. You take steps forward without overthinking too much. You believe in yourself a little more each day. Because deep inside, you know. Backhand index pointing right, you are not alone, and you never were. So keep moving forward. Stay strong in your faith. Trust the journey you are on. Because when you truly live with this belief, you don't just survive difficult times. You grow through them and become stronger than ever before. As you continue living with this strength, you begin to notice something even more beautiful. your life starts to feel meaningful again. The teachings of Jesus Christ remind us that when you move with faith instead of fear, even ordinary moments begin to feel purposeful. You no longer feel empty like before. You no longer question your worth like before. Because now, you understand that your life has value. My dear friends, this is where clarity begins to enter your life. You start understanding what truly matters. You stop wasting your energy on things that hurt you. You begin to focus on what brings peace and growth. Even your past starts to look different. The pain you once hated now feels like a lesson that made you stronger. You begin to accept yourself more. You stop being so hard on your own heart. Because now, you realize. Backhand index pointing right, you were doing your best all along. And this realization brings peace. You walk forward without guilt. You think without constant doubt. You live without carrying unnecessary pressure. This is the real transformation. You are no longer just trying to survive each day. You are starting to live with awareness, purpose, and calmness. So keep trusting this journey. Keep believing in yourself. Because when you truly accept that you are not alone, your life begins to fill with meaning, peace, and a quiet confidence that nothing can easily break. As you continue walking in this clarity and purpose, you begin to experience something even deeper, a life led by confidence and trust instead of doubt. The teachings of Jesus Christ remind us that when you truly believe you are not alone, you stop questioning every step and start moving forward with assurance. You no longer hesitate like before. You no longer feel stuck at every decision. Because now, you trust yourself. My dear friends, this is where your life begins to align in a powerful way. You start making decisions with clarity. You stop depending on others' approval. You begin to follow what feels right for you. Even when the path is not fully clear, you still take the next step. Because now, you understand. Backhand index pointing right, you don't need to see the whole path to move forward. Step by step. Moment by moment. You keep going. And with every step, your confidence grows stronger. You begin to handle challenges with maturity. You face uncertainty with calmness. You stay grounded even when life becomes unpredictable. This is real growth. You are no longer controlled by fear or confusion. You are guided by faith and inner strength. So keep moving forward, my dear friends. Stay focused. Trust yourself. Because when you truly believe that you are not alone, you begin to live a life filled with confidence, direction, and unshakable inner strength.